we have last but not least, after high rollers, we have Stephon that's gonna speak on this call. There's no intro needed for Stephon. You know, he has the biggest team in our organization. You know, the man speaks like Kevin Hart and Steve Harvey. So if you guys really want to get impacted right now, tune in and really be all ears because you know every time I listen to Stephon, I'm just fired up. I'm going for 4 today. Let's go, Steph.
Sweet, man. Thanks, man. Kevin Hart, Steve Harvey, those are some big shoes. I wish I was getting their checks. So this morning, guys, good morning, everybody. This call has been very informative. I learned a lot. Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Gio. So this morning, what I wanted to talk about, I feel like it's just pertinent to everyone on this call, is the topic I want to discuss was momentum. Momentum is obviously vital to success. I have a quote here, and I always started off with it, is success is like a snowball. It takes momentum to build, and the more you roll in the right direction, the bigger that snowball gets, right? So momentum is super critical, and smart leaders understand this. Smart coaches understand this, and they understand how to, keep momentum going. And I feel in life, you're a firm believer that you're either progressing or regressing. There's no stagnant, right? So you're either getting stronger or you're getting weaker. So you're building momentum. It's just what direction do you want to build momentum in? So in my life, I've many times have started things and gained momentum and then fell off. One of the areas was in fitness. We've all been, guilty of this, where we lock into a goal, we're eating healthy, we're working out every single day, we're starting to see success, in our waistline and whatever body parts you're focusing on. And then you go on a road trip, you go on a vacation, something comes up where you're knocked off of your schedule, you're eating poorly, drinking. The next thing you know, you're back to square one. And I found myself always telling myself, damn, Stephon, if you would have just stuck to this for that 6 months, like, you wouldn't be feeling insecure about your little love handles, and you'd be taking your shirt off right now at the beach with confidence, head high, chest out, and I just would beat myself up with that self-talk. So I had to learn and understand momentum and when I was losing it and what I needed to do to continue to gain it in the right direction. So I have 3 things here that I feel that are easy, that we can, are actionable. We can take action today with them. And it's just easy to focus on. So the number one thing I have, and it's the second what Gio just said, is you have to just get started, right? A lot of times we get in our heads, we overthink and overanalyze, and by human nature, we gravitate to what's easy. I battle with this every single morning when I go and run. My self-talk it's gotten a whole lot better, because I used to be really good at selling myself at not freaking working out. I'd come up with the best excuses in my head and justify it. Actually, yesterday, I had a great one. But my self-talk has gotten so much better, and over the years, where I know that I'm full of crap and I'm lying to myself, and I'm choosing pleasure seeking over purpose seeking, doing things to fulfill my purpose. Instead of seeking things that do that, I would tend to seek pleasure things like not working out, going in the house, eating, watching TV. That's pleasure. But purpose, I claim that I want to live a long time, and I have all these goals that I want to hit. So my purpose should be to keep my body healthy, but I would struggle with choosing the pleasure over purpose. So yesterday, funny to say, I get out of the field, great day. Me and Mo go out in the field. We work the 7 habits. I always preach to the new guy, when you think your day is done, hit 10 more doors, right? We hit the last hit, like we were heading back to the house, and I'm like pulled into a plaza, like, let's hit these doors. Boom, Mo gets that account. It works like clockwork. The 7 habits, right? Sticking to them. But I forget where I was. Oh, I know where I was going with that. When I got home, it was the curfew, right? I'm getting my phones blowing up all day saying you have to be in the house at this time. So when I pull up to the house, by my house, the curfew was 6 p.m. So when I'm driving up, I start justifying in my mind. I'm like, the curfew, you don't want to get out there and start running right now, and the cops see you, and then you get pulled over, blah, 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 blah. I started coming up with all this bullshit excuses in my mind. And then before I can even get out the car, I checked myself. I'm like, Stephon, you live in Brea. It's freaking nice over here. These cops aren't going to be doing anything. There's no rioting or anything. Like, you're coming up with a bunch of bullshit excuses in your mind. Like, go put your workout clothes on and get started. So then I got out, went in the house, told my wife, hey, I'm about to go run. You know, before she can even say anything about curfew, I was out of the door, right? So I developed better self-talk, and I've understand to focus on purpose versus pleasure, but you just got to get started. So that's number one. Another thing is the hardest door of the day is the car door. You got to get out the car, stop driving around looking for the perfect territory, and just hit doors. All right? Number two, what you give attention to grows. So during the quarantine, we all had to figure out how to hustle. We didn't know where this was going. You know, self-preservation kicked in. I found a little side hustle. I'm like, I don't know. I got my goals and stuff that I want to accomplish. I'm not going to stop making money. You know, I was already knowing that if we're going to get government money, I'm still going to make money so I could double up. That was already my mindset, you know, coming into it. But we've started focusing on other things, and it's very hard to do multiple things at the same time, you know, and find success. And what I mean by that is, if you're doing multiple things that require you to be the one that has to create the momentum for it and get it up and going, and you're trying to get multiple things up and off the ground, you're going to fail. It's not going to work. You got to laser beam focus in one area on one thing, and just get momentum in that area. And once that momentum starts to build, now you have room to add on other things. But until then, you got to focus on what's important. So for myself, having the number one team, raking in a lot of money, you know, every single week, doing, you know, our team is doing well, and now we're set back, we're not making any money. You know, prior to with me having the number one team, I had a lot more back end stuff that I had to focus on, a lot more leaders that I had to focus on developing. So the field, I worked myself out of the field. I wasn't in the field as regular as I was when I first was getting started. And that's always the goal, to replace yourself and work yourself out of the position. But with this pandemic and everything going, and me recognizing momentum is key, I'm the first one out of my team in the field. I'm actually sitting in front of Mo's house right now. I've been sitting here since 9:30, ready to hit the field at 10 a.m. You know, so I understand that as a leader, I have to do more, and I have to focus on day-to-day sales right now so we can start growing in that area. I'm not trying to focus on everything else now. It's just the number one thing that I need to focus on right now is generating money and showing my guys that it's safe out here, that you can high roll out here, and you can double up your money as a leader. So that's number two. What you give attention to is gonna grow. So if you're focusing on negatives and what if the this and what if that and the rioters, and you're watching the news and you're just negging yourself out, like, you're gonna net that. You're gonna net anxiety and fear, and you're gonna not get started, and you'll be left behind, right? All right, so number three is Super, super, super important. It is imperative that you stack wins. You got to stack wins. I stack 15 to 20 wins a day. So that's why I remember Ken telling me, he's like, man, you don't even seem like you're freaking stressed out about this, man. Your income has dropped drastically with the pandemic. I'm like, Ken, man, I could do this with my eyes closed. I'm staying ready. I'm working out. I'm doing my mental stuff. Like I'm on point. So when it's time to get back, I don't have to get ready. And I already know what it takes. I could do this with my eyes closed. I've built so many number one sales teams that it's not a problem for me, right? But I stack wins, and the reason why is because I do more than the average person, right? So before I even get my day started, I already have 8 wins stacked. Some of you guys on this call, don't even have a win stacked before hitting the field, right? So I'll number off the 8 things that I get stacked before my wins that I get before I hit the field, and this is why I'm successful. I'm pretty confident I'll have one sale easily before 1 o'clock, just because I'm winning and I got that momentum already started before I even got my workday started. So my first win of the day is I wake up, right? You lose total momentum if you don't wake up in the morning. That means you're dead. So I wake up. So that's win number 1. Thank you, God, I'm alive, right? Number 2, I pray. I show the gratitude, and I just make sure that I'm mentally prepared to give my best today. I think that's the greatest form of gratitude for a person to get up as early as they can get up and maximize the day and get as much as they can get done in that day and give it their all. I think that's the greatest form of gratitude to the universe, to God, to whomever you feel is a higher power. I think selfishness is a person who sleeps in all day, does nothing with their day, doesn't even get up and take a shower. It's like, what the hell? Like, why are you even alive? So I wake up, that's one win. I pray, that's another win. Then I do a form of meditation that's focusing on business and things that I want to improve and conversations and things that I've had in the past. I just try to meditate and reflect on all of that. So that's win number 3 when I get that done. Win number 4, I take my dog for her vigorous 45-minute to an hour walk/training. I get her right. So I'm helping someone, right? Number 5, I work out. I get a great workout in. Number 6, I cook and eat a healthy breakfast, right? Number 7, after that breakfast, I sit down and do my mental meeting and go through my audiobooks and take my notes. And then number 8, I'm at my location and ready to start by 11 a.m. So I've stacked 8 wins. So just imagine if I'm stacking those wins every single day, and you're freaking stacking your win of the day is you wake up and you go out to the field. You swing by a drive-through, you grab yourself some donuts and a Bang energy drink, and you're on about your day, right? So imagine if you're going up against someone who's stacking 15, 20 wins, and you guys are both, and you're only stacking 1 or 2 in a day, and you guys are both going for the same common goal. I'm beating you hands down. I'm going to be number 1 over you in any industry that I go into. So I understand this, and I run towards it. I'm super competitive. So this gives me more energy. All right. So it's imperative that we stack those wins. So those are the 3 things that I can share with you guys. 1, just got to get started. Stop overthinking. 2, focus on what's important. And right now that's generating money and getting momentum with consistency in sales. And 3, you need to set up a routine for yourself in which you're stacking wins. So by the time you get out in the field, you're so confident. I'm so confident. My chest and my state of mind is in the right place. That when I walk into that business and I pull that bill, it's a done deal. We're gonna get that close. So again, success is like a snowball. It takes momentum to build, and the more you roll in the right direction, the bigger that momentum gets. Andy, that's all I have. Thank you.
That's powerful, powerful stuff. I hope you guys all got it, man. You know, every time I get Stephon on these calls, it's like pulling teeth when when I need him to talk, he is pulling teeth. But when he does it, you know, it's great. So thank you, Stephon. Appreciate that. We're gonna take that and run with it.